Hey everyone, it's Lime, and today I'm playing New World, and I'm going to tell you my strategies for leveling up quickly and efficiently while playing this game. So, if you like what you see here, feel free to subscribe, maybe drop me a like, and let's get right into it. So, first things first, I like to pick up the missions, take a look at the map, get a strategy for where I'm going to go, what things I might find along the way, and kind of plot a route to get to my destination. See if there's any quests along the path that I'm going to pick up as I go. As I'm running through the missions, I'm always keeping my eyes out for resources, lumber, harvesting, mining nodes, all the like that you're going to be grabbing and you're going to need as you're playing through the game and progressing. I just try to do them while I'm doing the missions because it's more efficient and keeps you moving that way. Also, as you're going through the world, there are different types of resources with different requirements that will be needed to harvest them. I will be touching on this a bit more later in a future video, but for now, all you need to know is that it's very useful to be gathering these resources as you go for later crafting needs and just to further yourself with experience because you get a little bit of experience for everything that you do. As I'm harvesting, I like to look at the map occasionally. It shows some useful information as well as letting you know what the terrain looks like. There's also supply crates hidden throughout the world. They'll give you reagents for crafting, and I like to set down camps occasionally if I know I'm going in a particularly dangerous area. It just helps you to survive, make sure that you don't get screwed and have to respawn back in towns long, long ways from where you were on your destination. Throughout the world, you're going to find journals as you go. I like to pick them up because it's easy for experience, but I don't read them right away because I like to get all the pieces to the journal before I read it, and that way you get a more complete story when you read it. Some of the quests you're going to be picking up are actually out in the field while you're going, so if you pick these up as you go, you can keep your efficiency a little bit higher. Periodically, I will come back and I'll look at the map again just to see where I'm going, reassess my situation, see if I need to change my route or if I want to change things up. While I'm out running about, there's few things that are very important to grab. Iron is one of them, green wood is another one, fiber is also another one, and hide is your last one. These are all very important things because they're used in almost every kind of crafting situation, and you're always going to need them as you go throughout the game. These are not the only crafting ingredients in the game, but I will talk more about those in a future video where I talk about crafting and refining as a whole. It is a large subject and I feel it requires its own video to do that. Now that we're back in the village, it's time to turn in our missions, see what we can buy, see what new things have been available to us, and then we'll get into crafting. Also, while you're in town, if you see any other missions you'd like to pick up, continue your journey, this is a good time to do so.
Really? It's probably specimens you gathered are helping me learn a great deal about the Fen.
Here I am checking out the faction agent, checking out what new things have become available to me because I have just turned in a faction quest, so it unlocked the next level, and there's always new things that are really useful and handy for your character in there. After picking up the items that I picked up at the faction agent, I go over to the outfitters to see what I need to craft the new item that I plan on making. Here I'm going to do a little bit of inventory management. I'm going to go through the stuff that I have in my inventory, salvage what I don't need or doesn't match my current build or loadout, and that'll give me more repair points to repair the things that I do plan on keeping. I'm looking for constitution and focus on my items for my current build, and generally speaking, if I find an item that is lower quality than what I am currently wearing, I just salvage it immediately unless it's significantly higher gear score or more useful to me than what I'm using. But generally, I tend to keep the same rarity of item on for as long as possible. So now I'm going to fast travel to my hub town where I can do a lot of my refining. The strategy here is going to be just to process all my materials down to a basic level that I can use. I find that it works better to process it to a level that you can actually use at your crafting stations, because if you process it beyond what you can actually craft with, it can be a pain to try and store it, and you might fill your storage with a bunch of useless stuff until you rank up your crafting stations to reach that point. So now that you've got everything refined, you're going to look at crafting. Crafting, the strategy here is going to be take all the materials you just refined, see what you can craft it up and make the higher tier items. And every time you craft something, you get a little bit of experience, which allows you to learn new and better things. And finally, once you've finished everything, and your crafting's all done, your refining's all done, you're going to want to store your excess materials in the storage shed. My best piece of advice here is pick one of the starter towns when you're first starting out, throw everything you can in that storage shed, and fill it as much as you can with everything you need, because the lighter you can get yourself, the more you can carry when you go out questing. And eventually you will hit a point where you probably max out your storage shed, then consider branching into other towns, or just try and pare down your stuff. Sell some stuff, trade it on the market, whatever you need to do. If you like the topics discussed in this video, please leave me a like and consider subscribing. If you'd like to see future videos by me, please let me know down in the comments, as well as other game suggestions. I will be gaming lots, and I plan to put out more content regularly and frequently.